Welcome back, my friends. Welcome to another lecture. Here we are going to finish the post creation that we just started there. And here I can see we have one mistake. It says create user. We need to change it to add post. So what we have done last time, if I was too quick, what I've just add this one, you can remove it. You don't need to see it. Now we've created a relation between user and post, and that relation should be done inside the models. That's why we create the model for the post, and we are assigned protected fillable that will help us to ignore that mass assignment error. Now, one more thing that I want to show you is when we do create user, so go to the create blade, the PHP, and say add post. Just to refresh it. So here it is, add post. When we click it, there's nothing else inside, because here we are just getting all the data, but we don't do it. Just dump data to see if it's working once more, and refresh, and here it is. This is the new title, this is the body. Right now we don't have anything in post. The reason why we did create that relation between them, so we can do something very interesting. Now I can create, see here I have post variable that is instantiated by this class. So we have app.post here. Make sure that you do have that one, otherwise you will have an error. So we have an object of the class post. This is how we create an object. So this object actually can access what? Let's say post, and what we can do, user. Now I do have this user that I grabbed before. That's authenticated user, means that the user that is logged in at the moment. So that, and I can say here, I can access the post, because this user is actually can access this post method here. That is public function, and you can access it, this post, and actually we're returning this has many posts, and we just link up the class. Make sure that you do have the class on top. Now what we can do here, we can say create method, we can call the create method, and we can pass in the data. Now this, what should do, it should create our so even if you don't use this variable, it will create user. So I just want to store it in the variable. So but you don't have to do it. Even if you do it like this, it will still work. Now let's just check out if it's working. And we are return redirect. I'm just gonna say redirect back without any messages, without nothing. Just I'm gonna say redirect back. Now I'm just gonna go back here. Do I have it everything as it should? Very good. I'm just gonna create new title. And by the way, in our database we don't have nothing, right? New title, this is the body, add the post, and it's redirected here, but we don't know if it's working. Let's see. Here it is. Sure, it is working. Now we have this user ID 1, and we have the new title. This is the body. Okay. This is working like a charm, but what if I log out and create another, register another user? So say test gmail.com. The password will be 1 till 9. I'm just gonna register, and the password obviously don't match. Nice. So we do have this test. Now let's go here, create one, test title. This is body from the test user. Okay, let's see if it's this gonna work. So it's working. If I refresh, here it is. I have this user ID number 2, right? And that means because in the database we do have now 2 users. One is Rick, the other one is test. So this, ladies and gentlemen, it's working as it should. And you can log out, you can create another one if you want, but this is how the form should work. Now let's just do once, like summarize what we have done. We're gonna start with the create.blade. In the create.blade we have a form. This form is requires users post controller that we created before, and it's hitting up the store method. So if you go back to users post controller, the store method is this one, and that's why it's all of the things is happening, right? Inside we do have, we're grabbing this user ID, method is the post, we have just title and the body, we don't have anything else, we just submitted this form. And here we are grabbing user, we are grabbing the authenticated user, and all of the data we are grabbing and storing in one data variable. And that data actually, this user, we can access the post because we link them to, we link users with posts with a relationship, has many and belongs to, right? So the post can belong to one user, but the user can have many posts. That's the logic behind it. Now that is pretty much all what we need to do. Now one more thing that I want to show in this video is just we're just returning back. We are redirecting everything back, but we don't have any messages here. Now I think I show you how we can create messages. So the in folder here in the views, you can create a new file called messages or message.blade.php. Now if I show you this file before in the lectures, which I'm sure that I have, you can just copy and paste it, but I am just going to go just gonna code it here real quick. So if we are gonna check if we're gonna count if there are errors, so we're gonna say count. So we're gonna use this function, and errors, if that is greater than 1, that means that we do have error. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to loop. So I'm going to say for each here, and I will say for each errors. But here we need to grab all of them, otherwise it will not work, and this will be as an error. Now, because we do have the Bootstrap, I'm going to say alert danger. Oops, what's happening? Because I didn't put this one. Alert danger. Very good. Now inside this div, I'm just gonna print out the error. What's the error? What is the message behind it? So and for each is finishing this one. So what we can do, we can shift it like this. Sorry, you can shift it like this to make it a little bit more nicer. Now here we need to end this. We start this if, we need to end it. End if. Very good. Now, if we want to check for the session message, which we will do here, if session, and we will say here, I'm gonna say success. This is our code. It can be added, post, or whatever you want to be here. But remember, we need to use the same thing where here when we are passing this information. So success, and inside I will just copy this one. I don't need the for each, but I need this one. Now what I will say here, session, and I'm just gonna print out without this $sign. So session, and I will say success. So I will print out this one, and I need one more here, else, and I don't need it, this one, so sorry guys. So I'm gonna paste this one here. This will be success, this will be the danger, and here I will say alert, and I will say session, and I'm gonna print the, what happened, error. Now I'm just printing out the error, and what we need to do, just put it like this. We need to just make it a little bit more nicer. So we have if, else, and we need to end this if, and if, and that's pretty much all as it is, ladies and gentlemen. Now we need to take care one more thing. Where we want to put this message, you can put it here if you want, because we are returning back. But what I will do, I'm going to profile, here it is. I'm just gonna return it back to profile always, and I just wanted it to be here, welcome back. So the best way to do it is to go to the app.blade.php, and we do have the content here. We're yielding the content, but so what we can do, just wait, we can go to the profile and index, right? So welcome back. So I can just say here include inc.message. Very good. So if you want to return it here, if you don't want it to be here, you don't need to, you can put it in the create if you want. All right, now let's save it. Let's refresh. Very good. Now I do have some type of error. Let's go create post, and let's where is it? I'm just gonna close this one. New post body. Let's create it, add post, and let's see. Because it's giving me back there. That's why we didn't see the message. Now what we can say here, we can give it that success. We can give it with, and let's say success, and post created successfully. Very good. Now I'm not gonna see, actually I think we do have 2 posts now here, 3 actually, but let's add new one. New post, third time our luck. Let's see what's happening. And did I save it? Return it back. We don't need this return it. Actually, we need to redirect. Sorry guys. Now I can see that we have error. Just pause the video and look what's happening. Now here we need to redirect, not back. We need to redirect to user profile, right? And with that success message. So I'm just gonna save it here. I'm gonna refresh, and I'm gonna create new post. This is, I don't know, 4th post, and I'm just gonna add the post. And there is it, post created successfully. That is good. And here we're gonna have that new post. Here was just one for testing. So this is the 4th post. The thing is that now if I go back here and if I refresh, there is a problem. Yeah, I think you noticed this problem. That problem is because if you go back here, we're saying if the session is success, else do this one. Now I'm just gonna do I'm just gonna make it like this, and if here I'm gonna end it, and I'm gonna check it again. If the session is error, then yeah, print this one session. So that is why we can be sure. Now if I refresh, nothing will change. By the way, we do have this. I'm just gonna really don't want to be here, include the message. I'm just gonna cut it from here, from the content, from the index.blade. That index.blade was in the profile, and I'm gonna put it inside our app.blade, somewhere here in the main. So I'm just gonna include it like that. Now let's see what's happening. If we go back to here, if I just go edit, and if I create test one, I think we do have this functionality. User has been updated. Now it is working, and it's pretty much same functionality, just we did put inside the main content, and it's here included. Now you don't see that double message because we do have now 2 ifs. Now one is checking for this one, the other one is checking for the errors, counting, and that's pretty much it. One more problem that I want to test. When we create a post, let's just do it like this. Yeah, the title field is required, the body is required. Now I do have this, both of them. Let's go back to the profile, and edit the profile, and I'm just gonna delete here, and I'm just gonna test it out. The name field in the email is required. That is pretty much what we need. Now, if you don't know what I've done, I've just created this if, and I close it here. I just renamed this one as checking for the other session error. What else is happening in the in the users controller? I'm returning redirect user profile. Just delete that back because that will return back to the form, and the form was in the create. So success post created. Now if I do it, even if I do it like this, it should work because our message now is in the app, right? And let's see. So I'm gonna just create post. I'm gonna create 5th post, and I'm just gonna create it, and the message is there because it's in the app. This one, the message is included on top of the content. That's pretty much it. Now, whatever you want. If you want to return it back to your, form, that's all good. I'm just gonna make it like this, and I'm just gonna copy it, and I'm gonna put it here. I'm just gonna return it to user / profile. I just want to go back there. That's pretty much it. And also, if we go to user controller, now here, where is it? Here it is. That's why it's working when we are update the user. So user has been updated, and if I refresh now, if I go back to profile, if I change this to test 2, users has been updated, this message is kicking because we are just returning and redirecting back. Sorry, this lecture has been long, and I did make a couple of hiccups here and there, and yeah, so that's pretty much it. We don't need this one. Next one we will continue working, and we will continue like creating this application. Maybe we're gonna add some photos to make it a little bit more interesting. So that's pretty much it for this lecture. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I see you in the next one.